Welcome, Hermon here, and back with another Pokemon Showdown Live. Uh, this is going to be a team built around Tapu Koko. And if you watch my most recent upload, you can see me using some of the precursors to this team, sort of when I was sort of building it and experimenting on the ladder. I got some good games, and I was able to Mr. Magoo my way to a couple wins. But yeah, I want to build around Tapu Koko because every team needs an Yveltal because of Calyrex, and Tapu Koko is just generally pretty interesting. I think it's kind of fun. Electric is good stab because of things like Yveltal and Ho-Oh, and actually Zekrom isn't really even a great switch into this thing because you have Dazzling Gleam, which will like 2-hit KO. So it's a pretty interesting mon. I put Defog on it. It's kind of almost the lead often with Focus Sash. I was running Life Orb, but I was just kind of, killing myself with Life Orb recoil, and I tried Metronome, but I think Focus Sash is really interesting because people don't expect you to stay in, and then you stay in, so it sort of throws them off. We got Discharge, because paralyzing things is good, Grass Knot for Groudon, and Dazzling Gleam for things like Zekrom and Zygarde. So we also have sort of this mixed defenses, Shed Shell, Necrozma, Shed Shell for those Gothitels, but I've also seen some Magnet Zone around, with knockoff Sunsteel Strike and Stealth Rocks. We also have a Choice Scarf Ditto as a good sort of revenge killer, and then Banded regular Zacian Jolly. This thing hits really hard because it's banded and gets +1, so really a very big threat. And people sort of somewhat have made Necrozmas less physically defensive recently because Zacian Crown got banned. Then we got sort of a standard Spadef Yveltal, but I have Toxic here. Usually I have like Defog or Knockoff. Let me explain these EVs. I wanted enough HP to be at least 404 or above 404. 280 outspeeds neutral nature base 90s that are max speed, like Groudon is often that. Then we have max special defense and the rest in defense. And then sort of my normal Focus Punch Palkia with Luster Sword. So that's the team, and I'll be back with the first battle. Alright, and we're back, and we're against Wilcox W. I played this guy a couple times, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Pretty standard looking team. Zygarde is actually a big threat to this team. I don't really have a good Zygarde answer if it gets behind a sub. So we'll have to watch out for that. So I expect my opponent to either lead Zygarde, Necrozma, or Eternatus. I think I want to lead Palkia because it leads well against Zygarde and Necrozma, and I'm not too worried about Eternatus. So let's lead Palkia. Yep, I thought the Necrozma lead was pretty obvious, or at least expected. Okay, well that is very specially defensive, and it goes for Thunder Wave, which is annoying because I don't have Aromatherapy on this team. But yeah, now I'm going to go into Tapu Koko to avoid the Thunder Wave. I'm just going to spam some discharges and try and get a paralysis on this thing. Paralyzing this thing would be nice. Not really doing much damage. That sucks. But once this thing goes down, my opponent doesn't have a great, what's it called? A great play rough switch in. As my opponent just goes for the Morning Sun. I finally get the paralysis, finally. And that's good because I can probably go into Yveltal after this and taunt this thing. And then it can't get rocks up. So that's nice. Okay, yeah, stop doing that. I'm just gonna blow those away. So my opponent has already used 6 Morning Suns, which is nice. So I think right here, I go into Eveltal, and I just click Foul Play. I don't expect my opponent to stay in. Do I? I don't think Foul Play will take him out. I don't want to get Thunder Wave. Not at all. So, yeah, my opponent makes the switch to Zacian, which isn't too surprising. Now can go for close combat pretty freely. This guy's pretty good. I kind of expect him to make a double here. At least we got this Necrozma paralyzed. Yeah, what I say about the double. That's fine. I'm just gonna go for a knockoff here and remove this thing's leftovers. As he continues to miss Thunder Wave. This kind of is what you get for, you know, he's trying to like Thunder Wave my whole team and then go for a win with Zygarde, which is actually really scary for us. Because, like I said, we're really weak to Zygarde, but we've gotten pretty lucky. Zacian comes back. He doubled last time. I don't think he will. Well, I'm wrong. So he doubled again. I'm just gonna click Sunsteel Strike at first. I know he's gonna sub. It's pretty obvious. Do I need this thing? Not particularly. Not really. Because when he brings his Zacian in, I get to copy it with my Ditto. So now he goes for the sub. Yeah, this thing's a giant problem. But I think I can continue to break its sub. Oh, it's Coil now. That's actually better for us. Kind of. But he's faster. So I could go into a Veltal, and no, I need a Veltal for the Calyrex. Yeah, I think we just go into Palkia here. As the Zygarde continues to sub down, we are definitely faster, and I'll just break this thing sub with the Spatial Rend. Scale Shot. Oh, interesting. Well, now this thing's faster than me. That's not good. I'm gonna stay in here. Yeah, in case he does something like that. I think... So it's Coil, Scale Shot, 1,000 Arrows. The thing about Zygarde is it's really weak. So I think that it can't take Zacian out in one hit. It's also kind of slow. I don't know if I'll be faster. No, probably not if it's max speed, but yeah, it can sub down. I guess my opponent's hoping to get lucky. He kind of deserves it because he missed a couple of Thunder Waves. But yeah, this thing is a nuisance. This is the last sub he gets. I think. I'm not sure what his HP is exactly. Well, it says 25. But I don't think you can make a sub at 25. And we knock this thing out. So that was definitely the biggest threat to my team by far. The rest I think I can handle. I expected Trick here, but I don't really care. Yep, there we go. I should have stayed in. But like I said, I don't really care because my opponent doesn't have a great switch into this. Okay. I don't know why people do that with their Calyrex. It's probably going to go into Eternatus or Yveltal now. Oh, that's a thing. I've never seen that. Yeah, that's really annoying. What do I do about this? So this is faster. I think that Necrozma will take 1 because I'm a Prism Armor, it's not Life Orb, and, oh, he gets a crit. Well, that's probably just the game. Yeah. Alright, good game with my opponent. Yeah, I'm not very good against that Zygarde, and that crit really hurt. I can go for Foul Play. Well, here's what I can do. I can go for Foul Play here. That was a really annoying crit. Another crit. But, you know, we did get lucky earlier, but... And then go hard Ditto. I knew he was going to trick. I should have stayed in. Alright, that's fine. Well, not really. Yeah, this thing is just such an issue. Yeah, I think we lose now. I don't think Zacian can beat the rest. Maybe. No, I don't think so. Maybe, if this Eternatus can't touch us, then maybe. Yeah, that was a good play by my opponent to sub again. Yeah, we're not so good against Zygarde. As you saw, it really took a lot to beat that thing. I knew he was gonna trick. I should have just stayed in. I think +2 is actually gonna take us out too. So I don't even think it matters. I also might worry about Sucker Punch. But yeah, this thing is just too fast for my Zacian. Even though I'm max speed. And I'm waiting. And we're waiting. I'm gonna start timer. Yep, that's your play. So we knock that out. And we're waiting. Again, Zacian can beat the Yveltal and the Zacian, but I don't know about the Eternatus. You know, if it has a poison move or anything. But, you know, if I get damage, which I don't think I will, this thing looks faster. That'd be nice. But, yeah, I don't think we can win. That crit on the Necrozma really hurt. That was really the biggest hacks. My opponent continues to time stall for some reason. I don't know why. He just has sub on everything. Like, what do you... Well, now he's weakening himself. This is actually great. Because actually maybe Zacian can win. If it weakens itself. Yeah, I have 9 more foul plays, 8 more foul plays. Keep weakening yourself. Okay, my opponent might be throwing here really hard. I mean, it'll come down to a speed tie, a Zacian speed tie. But, that's all we can hope for, really. Really, I don't like speed ties. I don't like games coming down to speed ties, and this kind of shows how strong Zacian is. I've actually been keeping track of how many times I've lost games to Calyrex speed ties. Like either Ditto is Calyrex, and both are Scarf, or my own Calyrex and my opponent's Calyrex, and both are the same speed, like... And it's happened like twice, but I'm kind of trying to see if Calyrex is really a problem and everything's just going to come down to Calyrex speed ties. So I think if my opponent had just not done all that subbing, Sucker Punch of Yveltal could have taken me out. But now this will definitely take out... I mean, the Flamethrower plus Sucker Punch of Yveltal would have been a guaranteed win. But as it stands, we hit 3 play roughs and we win this speed tie, we might win. I think that I'm almost positive this is going to knock this out because we're 807 attack. Yeah, that's gone. Unless like one of these is Scarf, which would be strange. I don't think you'd run... You don't see Scarf to Yveltal much, or Scarf Zacian. Zacian I'm seeing a lot of setup. But very little Scarf. And I feel like if it was Scarf, he would have gone into it already. We're choice banded, so we have no choice but to sit here and click play rough. Alright, yeah, he goes into his own Zacian. And this is probably a speed tie. which is kind of lame that this game comes down to a speed tie, but, you know, whatever. We're using a Tapu Koko, which should paralyze the Necrozma and prevented rocks. My opponent is going to... We could win on clock, too, because my opponent is just... Oh, he wins a speed tie. Yeah, it was a speed tie. So, good game. That's pretty lame that we brought it all the way back just to lose a coin flip. Alright, I'll get another one. Alright, and we're back against some dangerous-looking Trick Room. I think this is like banded, what's it called? Dracofish. I'm just gonna lead a Veltal here because, interesting lead by my opponent. So, I played this guy before, and he likes to go for Switcheroo. So, and he's gonna switch me well, he switches me the Flame Orb. Can't get Guts. I'm gonna go into Tapu Koko here. This is usually he leaves this thing and goes for Trick, but and I get a Scarf, so that's interesting. I'm just gonna click Discharge here. So now I have a Obstruct. What is Obstruct? I've never seen that move before. Is that like Protect? How do you do this? Like DT Obstruct. All these weird... Oh, it's like King Shield. There's been so many weird tricks today. So let's see. This is actually okay to have. I think I go into my own Necrozma. Yeah, Trick Room was pretty, and then I click Knock, because, yeah, if he goes into the Dracofish, I knock off his Choice Band, which I think is good for me. Then I'm just gonna click Stealth Rocks. Maybe knocking off the Choice Band wasn't so great. Now Kyogre comes in. I think he's worried now that he can't knock me out because he doesn't have the rain. But there's only 2 more turns of Trick Room. Alright, my opponent goes real hard for the prediction and goes for Thunder. Now I'm going to boost his Thunder, but switch in a Resist. So he's probably going to go into that Necrozma again, if I had to guess. So I'm going to go into a Veltal. I'm going to start making plays here. I'm a little sick of this stuff. This guy just made such a play. Yeah, obviously I'm faster because I'm Choice Card. And my opponent just staying in for no reason at all. And we lose something we really needed. Why would you do that? That makes 0 freaking sense. Like, why would you stay in there? That was absurd. That was really absurd. So now I'm going to go into Palkia here. And hope to hit a Thunder of my own. Why would you stay in? Yeah, so we do. This Calyrex is going to be a problem now. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing for this thing. Because my opponent made a terrible play. Which is awesome, but you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to make bad plays. Perfectly legal. See if they make another bad play and they stay in here. Or do I have anything? Trick Psychic Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, so I can't really touch the Obstagoon. So Obstagoon should come in here. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to click Close Combat, because it's going to 2-hit KO this Necrozma, and I'm not as worried about the Mimikyu. You can't lose this Obstagoon, or he risks being reverse swept. So that happens. He goes into Necrozma anyways, and we get off a huge hit on the obvious Trick Room. But now my Necrozma's probably faster than the Calyrex. So that's interesting. I think we click knockoff on anything. Yeah, he clicks knockoff too. I think this is kind of not going to get anywhere. I don't think either of us can hurt the other. Trick Room, Moonlight, knockoff, Sunsteel Strike. So he's the same as I am without Stealth Rocks. So this Obstagoon, I wonder if we're slower than the Obstagoon. That's really weird. That's a Scarf Obstagoon. Because we're slower than this Calyrex for sure. I don't think this Calyrex can be faster than I am. So now we're just sort of exchanging knocks here. He goes for Trick Room. That's fine. Okay, goes for Moonlight. This is very awkward. Doesn't really have a good knockoff switch in. I guess you could go into Obstagoon. So I'm just gonna Sunsteel Strike here. We're basically gonna come down to a PP Stall. Or unless I can get like a crit here or the next one. So I think I'm gonna go for Sunsteel Strike. Oh no, so he Moonlights. That's fine. Yeah, he knew that I could get a crit. And we continue. Yeah, I don't think we can win this one either. This is not going well. So yeah, I thought the Obstagoon would come in. Like, he needs this really badly. Or he just loses. Yeah, I've already been knocked off, so... Yeah, that did nothing. I'm just gonna Moonlight here. Yeah, you can do your obstruct thing. I even forgot about that. How much did knockoff do when it switched in? Yeah, I just think I Sunsteel Strike again. Weird team by my opponent. I think he's kind of throwing. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna attack. What? So it's Trick, Scarf, Taunt. That's interesting. But now, okay, do I keep this or do I keep Zacian? I think I keep this. Is that right? Because Zacian can't beat the Necrozma. Well, can I? Right, if this goes down... Okay, if this goes down, if Zacian comes in, I think I'm just going to stay in here. If by some chance I live, yeah, it's definitely Specs. I think if it wasn't Specs, it wouldn't have killed. But now I have Ditto, and my opponent has no switch in, except for the Mimikyu. So my opponent has to like sack something, then go Mimikyu, then Shadow Sneak. Okay, that was not the play. Now he's gonna, I guess, Shadow Sneak or Trick. No, got a Shadow Sneak here. Yeah, but now I'm kind of inside. I can just click Crunch. Everything's gonna drop to a Crunch or two. I do not believe this Mimikyu lives Crunch from 66%. Yeah, my opponent can't lose this, because if he does, the Ditto, my Ditto sweeps. Yeah, I don't think we can win. I think my opponent just has too many sacks. This is not a good showing for Tapu Koko. So we knock that out. But then he goes into Specs Calyrex. I can't switch into this thing. It's faster than me. It's gonna take me out, and then the Mimikyu will take me out, I guess. Yeah, it's like Life Orb Mimikyu too. So yeah, if we just had one more sack there, we would have won, but we didn't, because my opponent made a terrible play with his Kyogre that I don't understand. Yeah, that's completely absurdly bad play. Yeah, we're just gonna die here. Alright, good game to my opponent, I guess. That was awful play with the Kyogre. Alright, we'll get another one. Alright, and we're back, and now we're getting teams like this with a Dracozolt, and a Trinitar, and a this thing. So I'm just gonna lead Tapu Koko. Yeah, my opponent goes for Ice Beam, it does nothing. Yeah, usually these are Focus Sash, so we're both Focus Sash. And now its Focus Sash is broken. So T-Tar comes in here. We do have the Grass Knot. Yeah, my opponent doesn't look like he has a great switch into a U-turn either. So yeah, we're just gonna go for Grass Knot here. Oh god, is that like Assault Vest? No, but it's really bulky. I'm just gonna defog the rocks here. So no more rocks. My opponent has to go for an electric move here, but that's good for my opponent because I don't have a great electric switch in. What I do have, though, is a Ditto, and now my opponent has no electric switch in, like I said. I guess you could sack the Pheromosa. Oh, I could go for Earthquake. Should I go for Earthquake? Yeah, actually, Earthquake looks pretty good. In case my opponent stays in, he does. Just to Bolt Beak, because he has no switch in. So I'm glad I went for Earthquake there. This won't do a ton to this Necrozma, but it'll do something. It looks really bulky. I've actually seen a Choice Banded Necrozma recently. The rest of these things are kind of useful. I think Palkia is just the play. I'm a little confused what this thing's item is. Okay, it's 2 Stealth Rockers. Yeah, we're that low where opponents have 2 Stealth Rockers. Okay, well now Sand ends, so I don't think that worked out for my opponent because now I'm faster. Ditto comes in. I know that my Yveltal can take anything from a Scarfed Palkia, so we just go into that. Goes for Spatial Rend. Well, now my opponent, I figure, is going to go to T-Tar. I'm just going to Toxic this. And I think spam Foul Play. Yeah. Because if my opponent goes into the Dracozolt, Thunder Wave. Yes, my opponent is also very skilled. So, okay, it goes into Ditto, which makes no sense. I guess to save the, what's it called? Save the sand. Could go for Taunt. Okay, well now I went for Foul Play again, but I get paralyzed again. So that's cool. Really not having any luck today. None at all. But now we have a Choice Scarf Dracozolt in the sand, and my opponent has no Bolt Beak switch in at all. Like, not at all. So we're just going to start clicking Bolt Beak. Things are going to start to drop. Yeah, no, that's not switching. Not even close. Or maybe close, but it's not. So it's Helmet. And the Ditto can't copy my Ditto, because that's how Ditto works. And are we faster than this Pheromosa? I don't think so. Yeah, we might have to switch against the Pheromosa. Because it's 441. Oh no, we're in sand. So this turn, we're faster. So I guess it 4 times resists. Right? So what do I need the least? We could calc this. Let's see, Dracozolt. What? Oh no. Alright, screw calcing this. I think we're just gonna sack. I think we sack Zacian here, actually. I don't want the Ditto to copy my Zacian. So we'll just sack this. Okay, my opponent goes into Trinitar and loses all the sand. So, yeah, that happens when you're this low on the ladder. I'm just going to stay in, because again, I don't really want this thing anymore. Because I don't want the Ditto to copy it. So just going to click, should I click Stealth Rocks? think I clicked Sunsteel Strike. Yeah, I figured the Pheromosa was coming in. Now, if he goes to the Ditto, that's not going to really help. And if he goes to the Dracozolt, I can just Earthquake Sweep with my own Ditto. So that should be the game right there. Because my opponent's Ditto will come in as a Ditto, and I don't think that's going to work out for him very well. So, yeah. So, we just go for Outrage, right? Because that does more damage. The Ditto outspeeds us and becomes us. Yeah. So, we win that game. Strange team for my opponent. Alright, I'll get another one. Alright, and we're back. We're still in the dregs of the ladder. My opponent has a Genesect and a Volcarona. I kind of expect the Genesect lead, so I could lead what, like Palkia to take advantage? The U-turn's gonna hurt. I don't really have a great U-turn switch in. I think I just lead Tapu Koko. It's focus sashed. We can play around if we want. Yeah, Genesect lead is ops. Oh, we're faster. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight for discharge. You can tell we're faster because our ability went first. Alright. Can we get a para here? Come on. Para? Something? Got a para. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Now what do I do? You go into Ditto. But I don't think that's gonna help. Go into Zacian, but I don't want the Volcarona to come in. I guess Volcarona's not bad against Zacian. 6. So Necrozma is faster, right? Should be. 380, yeah. So this thing is not Scarf, so Necrozma's faster. I'm just gonna click knockoff here, take this out. Metronome. Oh, okay. Yeah, the setup Genesect can be kind of scary. I've tried to run some setup Genesects in the past. So if Veltal comes in, I kind of want to save my own Veltal, so Zacian is definitely the play. Snarls, alright, that's cool. And now I think I have a free Wild Charge, because we have Electric Terrain, which is actually pretty nice. I'll knock this out. I'll knock out the Volcarona. My opponent goes Eternatus. So I guess good prediction, but not really, because Play Rough would have 2-hit KO'd this easily. But I get a free Necrozma in, and I get to go... Oh, I dodged the Sludge Bomb. I get Rocks, which are never terrible. Shadow Ball. Okay. Come on, man. Can you not do that? Do I want to keep this? Kind of. See how much the next one does. 44, Jesus. It keeps getting dropped, so yeah, this is really not our day. But I doubt he has Toxic if this is a set. Because he has to have Recover, right? Either Dragon Move or something? I don't know. What a weird set. Yeah, this is what you get at the low ladder. So we have a Veltal in here. Takes the Shadow Ball like it's nothing. I don't know what my opponent's going to go for now because life doesn't make any sense. Sludge Bomb, alright. So we get off a bit of damage. Let's see. I wonder if it has a Dragon move. But we're back into Necrozma. It does have a Dragon move. Okay, that's actually good for us. Because we can Revenge Kill this thing, and my opponent doesn't have a great Eternatus switch in. So I'm just going to knock here. Actually, that might have been a mistake, but... Alright, we're just going to sack this, kind of. And I'm just going to now spam Sunsteel Strike. Yeah, because my opponent has no Fairy type. Or Steel type left. So, and this should take it out from 56. It's a Dynamax cannon. It's, you know, it's 100 base power stat. So that thing goes down. That's good. Now what's my opponent going to do? Veltal comes in again. Last time I went for Snarl. I kind of... kind of don't want Zacian to take too much damage. How are we gonna deal with that Mars Shadow? So I don't think we're in sneak range yet. No, but I think Zacian's still the play. He goes for Snarl again. Yeah. Anything else wouldn't have been very good. I'm just gonna click Play Rough here. I do not. I'm banded, so this full Corona might just drop in too. Yeah, here comes the Volcarona. Oh, it takes Stealth Rocks. Okay, well now it's dead. Trapped in 1. Let's see. More Shadow comes out. I want to keep this for the Yveltal because it gets a kill every time it comes in. I need to keep my own Yveltal for the Calyrex. So I'm just gonna sack Palkia here. I think that looks Life Orb or something. Ooh, bad play by my opponent. My opponent probably thought I was Choice Scar, so I wanted to go for the Shadow Sneak, but I'm not. So this worked out great. Just gonna stay in and not let this thing get a sub if it tries to sub. So it goes for Astral Barrage. It's fine. We don't see any item, but I do have an Yveltal right here. So I'm just gonna click Foul Play. It should take this out. Okay, it goes into his own Yveltal. That's interesting. I click Foul Play. Just gonna try Roost or should I Toxic? I think I Roost here. Oh, I'm faster. Alright, that's good. Good to know. As my opponent continues to Snarl. Yeah, people run Snarl for this Calyrex, but I really think it's not very good. You don't need it. Yeah, I think I just win this exchange in the game. Because now my opponent's on a timer. There's no way my opponent can do anything really here. So another weird team. And yeah, my opponent just forfeits. Alright, we'll get another one. Hopefully some more standard looking teams. Alright, so this should be the last game. Another interesting looking team. You don't see Groudon and Lugia too much. Let's see, I think I'm gonna lead Tapu Koko because we have the Grass Knot for the Groudon and the Focus Sash. Okay, my opponent leads Lugia. I kind of don't want to stay in because I want to save my Focus Sash. My opponent goes Groudon. Okay. That's annoying. In before rocks, I guess. Yep, in before rocks. I'm just gonna click Grass Knot here a couple times. Or maybe Grass Knot into a Defog. My opponent doesn't look to have a good banded play rough switch in. So, yeah, well that's great too. I guess we can learn if this Yveltal is Sucker Punch here. Which it is. Okay, but well, I guess my opponent has a Lugia. Like I said, my opponent really has no switch into this Mon. Except for the Lugia, but I don't know if you can switch Lugia into this because I'll break the multi-scale. And then yeah. I'll break the multi-scale and then there's Toxic Mist. So I think Groudon's coming back in here. I'm going to double right back out to Zacian. Because again, no real switch-ins. And I want to try and prevent rocks as best I can. Yep. Predicted. We're back with the Zacian and the band and the +1 and the everything. This is why I carry a steel type of some sort. So, right for play rough. Yep, knocks that out clean. So no rocks for my opponent. We can still get rocks. My opponent goes into Ditto. Okay. Do I want to keep this? Kind of. No, not really. Again, the Ditto, just copying it is going to be a big problem. So my opponent takes me out. Oh, doesn't take me out. Wow. But we take it out because we're banded. So my opponent is like +2, but I'm better than +2 because it's 1.5 times 1.5, and my opponent is only ×2. So, yeah, I did not know we lived that. Now my opponent can go into really anything to finish me off, I guess. Ditto looks like it's going to be pretty good here. I'd love to get rocks up in case of any weird focus sash shenanigans. But yeah, I think we got this pretty wrapped up. Koko did a good job preventing rocks, etc. So in comes Calyrex. I think I'm just going to stay in here because I can just go into Veltal after this. Sometimes I've faced like Shuckle teams, and Koko's just sort of weaken the Shuckle, and then they final Gambit or whatever, and after you defog. So, yep, Lugia. I actually have Toxic on this. Do I switch? Yeah, let's not get this Toxic. Yeah, also predicting a double. So now we have Calyrex Toxic, so that's great. And my opponent forfeits. Yep, so that game was over. Alright, well, good game of my opponent, and that'll be it for this live. Like and subscribe, and I hope everyone has a good day.